You know, rods are a very important thing in this game. They're gonna catch you mythics, legendaries, and relics. Some rods even have multipliers that multiply fish by 3, 4, 6. But you need to know where to buy them. You need to know what the most effective strategy and what rods to get. In this video, I'll tell you what rods to buy, where to buy them, and what I would recommend getting. This video will cover everything from beginner, mid-game, and end-game. I hope you enjoy this video. So first off, if you are new to the game, so levels 1 through 5, you're gonna spawn on this island called Moosewood. There's gonna be a couple rods right here, and you're gonna use this guy for quests for some easy money. Gonna go over to these rods. Obviously, after you've gotten a decent amount of cash by fishing and doing quests, you're gonna go over here and buy the carbon rod. This is much better than your current flimsy rod. You get better control, resilience, luck, and on top of that, your kilograms have multiplied. This is a very good rod for beginners. That's about it for Moosewood. Go ahead and buy a boat, and you're gonna leave this island. So the second rod you're gonna be getting is in Roslet Bay. You are gonna need a bit more money for this. You're gonna see the Steady, Rapid, and Fortune rod. You might be thinking, which rod do I get? Buy the cheapest one, the Steady rod. So, here's the problem with the Rapid rod. Good lure speed, horrible luck, normal control, and horrible resilience. You're hardly gonna be catching mythic fish with that resilience. And on top of that, its max kilograms is only 700. The Steady rod is the rod you'll be using a lot. As you can see, it has a lot of negative lure speed, but it makes up for that with everything else. 35% luck, pretty decent. 0.05 control, pretty decent. Again, 30% resilience. This is very good. Probably the biggest thing about this rod is its max kilograms. That means you can catch any fish in the game. On top of this, it increases the shake UI size. I recommend enchanting it with Ace, Divine, or Swift. That's pretty much it for this island. Now you're gonna see a very significant price change from 7,000 to 100,000. The next rod you should get is the Mythic rod. It spawns with traveling merchants, and it is super good for one reason. Is because of the rod's special ability. If you look at its stats, it doesn't really stand out that much. 0% lure speed, 45% luck, 0.05 control, 0 resilience, 2,000 kilograms max. But if you look at the ability, all fish have a 20% chance to be rainbow. That makes the fish's value multiply by 4.5. That is extremely good. Here is when it gets a bit tricky. Once you get the Mythic rod, later on, you'll need a better rod. So that's where the big three come in. The King's rod, the Destiny rod, and the Trident rod. All three of these rods have really good abilities on them. Let's take a look at them real quick. The King's rod's ability is that every fish caught is 10% bigger. The Destiny rod is kinda just for the funsies. You shouldn't really get it unless you're rich. The stats are all normal until you get to the luck, which is 250%. That is very, very, very high. You can even stack it with bait and other stuff. I wouldn't really recommend Thin rod. It's 190,000 compared to the King's rod that is 70,000 cheaper and a little bit better. Now we're in the final rod, the Trident rod. This rod has really good stats, but the Mythic rod would be better if it wasn't for the abilities. It has a 30% chance to make the fish Atlantean, which sells for way more. It also has a chance to stun the fish. And it also increases the bar, which is super overpowered. It does cost way more than the Mythic rod, and you need 100% of the Desolate Deep Bestiary, which I don't even have. And you need 5 enchant relics. I'm gonna show you where you can get the rods. Getting the King's rod is simple. Just head to the Statue of Sovereignty. Go to this guy, and you pay him 400 cash as an entrance fee, which isn't that much. Once you're down there, take a left, and you'll see a skeleton next to the King's rod. There you go. Next thing I'll show you is the Destiny Rod. Just a heads up, you need 70% of the total bestiary completed for this. You need to head right from the statue, and you'll find this giant arch island. On there is an NPC who gives you the rod. By the way, I highly recommend getting Resilient on the Mythic Rod or the Destiny Rod. Head over to Sunstone, and on the way you'll see a buoy. You need at least basic diving gear for this. Now you're at the Desolate Deep. Follow where I go to get to the Trident Room. Go to one of the corners. This is where the Trident Rod is. Basically, you need to put one enchant relic on each one of these pedestals. A player can open the door for you, so I recommend going in a Discord server. So that's it for this video. Have a good day/night, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.